Welcome back. We're catching up with Mark and Sarah at the crack of dawn, 6 a.m. to be precise. Now that they've officially moved in together, the honeymoon phase is meeting the reality of daily habits. Mark is wide awake, looking suspiciously refreshed for someone up at this hour. He is the quintessential early bird. Sarah, on the other hand, would like to just sleep some more. If you look at the bed, it's a perfect visual metaphor for their relationship right now. Mark's side is neat, while Sarah's side is a chaotic nest. The peace is inevitably shattered by Sarah's alarm, but Sarah isn't the type to jump out of bed. She's a serial snoozer. She reaches out, eyes half closed, and hits that snooze button like it's her job. This goes on for 3 rounds. Mark is sitting up now, stretching, ready to start his day. He has a very specific flow to his morning. And Sarah's inability to commit to a wake up time is throwing a wrench in his plans. She's currently a human burrito, completely oblivious to Mark's growing frustration. Mark decides to head into the bathroom, expecting his usual organized sanctuary. But he's met with a total product takeover. The countertop has been colonized by an endless fleet of Sarah's skincare and hair products. For a guy who values a minimal aesthetic, this is a lot to process. It's no longer his bathroom, it's a shared space that feels like it's about 90% Sarah. He's standing there just trying to wrap his head around where his toothbrush could have ended up. He finally locates his toothbrush, but it feels like a high-stakes mission. It's tucked away next to a big pink bottle of lotion and surrounded by glass jars. Mark has to navigate the counter with extreme caution. It's basically a minefield of cosmetics. One slip of the hand and he'll trigger a domino effect that could take 20 minutes to clean up. He's muttering about boundaries and surface area, but for now, he's just trying to survive his morning hygiene routine. Mark finally makes it into the shower, hoping for a few minutes of relaxation. But in a small apartment, relaxation and privacy are luxuries. Just as he's lathering up, the door flies open. Sarah bursts in, half dressed and frantic, on a desperate hunt for her favorite hairbrush. Mark is completely caught off guard, shouting through the steam about basic etiquette. Sarah gives a half-hearted, "Sorry, babe," and retreats, leaving Mark to wonder if he'll ever have a moment of peace again. The hallway hasn't fared much better. Since they're still in the process of unpacking, Sarah is essentially living out of boxes. She's currently digging through a massive cardboard crate, like her life depends on it. Sweaters are flying, socks are landing on the lamps. It's total mayhem. She's panicking because she's running late, while Mark watches from the shower, wondering how one person can own so many clothes and still have nothing to wear. A little while later in the kitchen, Mark is trying to reclaim his sanity through the art of coffee. He's not just brewing a cup, he's performing a ritual. He uses a digital scale to weigh the beans to the decimal point. For Mark, this level of precision is how he deals with the chaos Sarah brings into the house. It's his happy place, the one corner of his apartment that remains under his control. But the zen doesn't last long. Sarah returns and sweeps into the kitchen and hijacks the kettle right as it reaches the perfect temperature. She pours the entire supply of hot water into a mug for her morning tea. She takes a satisfied sip, gives Mark a cheerful morning handsome, and breezes past him. Mark is left standing there with his perfectly weighed beans in an empty kettle. His morning ritual has been officially sabotaged. This is the turning point. Mark realizes that if they're going to survive as a couple, they need a system. He doesn't just suggest a few ideas. He produces a full-blown, color-coded, and most importantly, laminated house schedule. He presents it with a look of absolute triumph. He genuinely believes that a structured grid for the bathroom and kitchen is the key to a happy relationship. Sarah's reaction is pretty much what you would expect. She takes one look at the laminated spreadsheet and loses it. She's laughing so hard, she's practically doubled over. To her, the idea of scheduling their domestic life is the height of absurdity. Mark, however, is not amused. He is genuinely offended that his masterpiece is being treated like a joke. He's standing there, clutching his schedule, looking like he's about to give a lecture on the importance of logistics. In the end, we see the first signs of a real compromise. They're sitting at the table, finally on the same page. Mark is drinking his coffee, but he's wrapped in Sarah's messy, colorful blanket. Sarah's finishing her tea and has actually left the schedule open in front of her on the table. They are polar opposites, and the transition hasn't been seamless, but they're figuring it out. It's the messy, beautiful reality of moving in together. So be honest, who are you in this scenario? Are you the one who needs everything color-coded and laminated? Or are you the one laughing at the schedule? Let me know in the comments if you've ever had to navigate these kind of growing pains when moving in with someone. If you're enjoying Sarah and Mark's journey, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps me keep these stories coming. We'll see you in episode 3 to see if the schedule actually survives a whole week. See you then.